Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines. Now, when someone decides to go looking for a Filipina as a partner, they think it's going to be quite an easy job. After all, they think that many Filipinas are looking for foreign men, and that is true to a point. But there's a difference between finding a Filipina and finding the right Filipina. And finding that right Filipina is not always easy. And when I talk about the right Filipina, that's the right Filipina for you. You will hear many stories about people saying they've been scammed by Filipinas, or the Filipinas run off with another guy or whatever. I'll contend that that's because the guy hasn't gone to the right places to find his Filipina and hasn't taken his time to get to know his Filipina in the early stages. So if you want to find out ways that you can find the right Filipina, then stay tuned. Now, some people tell me I was quite lucky in finding my Filipina so quickly, and I would like to think more of it that I just took my time to get to know her and spent a lot of time speaking to her and visiting her before committing to marriage. And I think that's a big part of this. When you're looking for somebody, you can't just dive straight into it and say, I hope this works out, because most people have a lot to lose financially as well as emotionally. So one needs to take their time and they need to really do their homework first. Now, you look at this beautiful young Filipina in that picture we've got up on the screen. Now, how would you know whether she's out to scam you or whether she's genuine? If she's a lovely girl, if she's quite a bitchy girl, whatever, you wouldn't know just by looking at her. So you do need to take time to get to know somebody, not just what they physically look like. Of course, the physical attraction is important in the early stage, that you need to like the look of somebody before you want to get into a relationship with them, but you really need to find out more about her and go far deeper than what's just on the outside. And in my opinion, where many people make the mistake is that they might be lonely, they might be feeling like they really want a relationship, and they might meet a beautiful young Filipina and they might just fall head over heels in love with them, and they lose all perception of reality. And their thought processes and common sense seems to go out the window, and they're not really making great decisions anymore. All they can focus in on is that one beautiful woman who they really don't know, but they're throwing all their trust into, and really just hoping that this whole thing works out for the best. And as we see many times, when people do that, it doesn't work out so well. So how can you increase your chances of finding a Filipina that is right for you? Well, to start with, you can actually do your own research around Filipinas and around the Philippines. Find out about the culture of Philippines, the culture of the Filipino people. Find out about Filipinas and what makes them tick. Now, the best way I would recommend to do this is go and check out my series on dating a Filipina course, which I'll put the link below. It's a 14-part series. It will take you right through the whole dating a Filipina process, from pre-dating a Filipina all the way through to marriage. So we cover a lot of stuff there. So I'd really recommend you go and get that in-depth information from that series before you start looking for a Filipina. It will also help you to identify those women that are trying to scam you and those that are genuine. Now, some people will just roll up to the Philippines and they'll go looking for a Filipina there, and that's fine. The old-fashioned way, meeting a girl, courting the girl, dating the girl, all that sort of thing, that's fine. But how are you going to do it? I see some men, they lob up there to the Philippines and they head straight for Angeles City. Now, what are you going to find there? A lot of bar girls? Now, all those bar girls are interested in is relieving you of your money. Many of them are not seriously interested in dating you or being with you. They just want to know what they can get from you. So Guys who head straight for Angeles City when they hit the Philippines, they're usually only just sexpats looking for a quick time and a good time. And really, the chances of finding a decent, honest, loving Filipina in a bar or a club is probably not going to be your best option. For those guys that are gone to the Philippines, they might find that just meeting a woman in a place like one of the big malls, you may see a Filipina there who's shopping, or maybe she's one of the shopkeepers there, one of the shop assistants. Just be wary at first. Don't be so straightforward to her, because you want to be respectful, and she may be married or in a relationship. So you want to strike up a very general conversation with her to start with, maybe asking directions somewhere, and check for any rings on her fingers, or maybe just politely ask her, is she seeing anyone at the moment? And take it from there. Now, another place you might meet a decent Filipina could be just along the beach there, the beachfront where people walk along. You could be walking along there and you might see a woman that catches your eye, and then you might just stop, and again you could ask her for some general directions and strike up a conversation from there. And if all goes well in that conversation, you might ask her if she wants to go and grab a coffee with you, or maybe even some lunch, and try your luck that way. And those that don't want to go to the Philippines to find a Filipina, they might want to do it online. That seems to be the way of the world now. A very popular way of finding Filipinas is on dating sites. And there are many, many dating sites. And the one I'll point you in the direction of, and which has been recommended to me by many members of our community here on All About the Philippines. These guys have had a lot of luck with this particular website, and they swear by it. And they will tell you that Christian Filipina was far superior in helping them find their Filipina over other websites that they had tried. And I have no hesitation in recommending Christian Filipina based on what many people have told me. So I'll put the link to Christian Filipina below, and you can check it out for free, and you can get to view thousands and thousands of profiles. And if you feel like you'd like to take it further, then you can join the Christian Filipina website, where you can get to speak to many thousands of women, if you like, via their video link ups and just plain text conversations as well. Now, for many people who may be shy, getting into a online dating group may be a far better option for them. Because they are shy, they find it hard to meet people generally. So this can be a great icebreaker, so to speak, where you've got women on there who are looking for the same thing as you, and you might feel far more comfortable starting from that approach. And also, you might have work commitments which prevent you just racing straight off to the Philippines and looking for a Filipina there. So the way to do it, to get started, may be through a online dating site such as Christian Filipina, as we mentioned. But no matter where you go to look for a Filipina, whether it's an online dating site, whether you go directly to the Philippines, you are going to have to be aware of and probably contend with scammers. So there are women out there who are trying to scam you out of your money. So you need to be aware of what to look for, as I said earlier, and always take your time to get to know this Filipina that's standing in front of you. Just don't look at her and say, oh my God, she's so beautiful, she must be perfect. No. Some of the very beautiful ones are not perfect, and they're out there trying to take advantage of you. So you need to be a bit more responsible for yourself. Slow down, take your time to get to know the person, and take it from there. Because it's my view that when people get scammed by Filipinas, it's mainly because they haven't taken their time. They've rushed in too quickly, and they've never really got to know the Filipina. Now, that's whether it's on a dating site, or whether it's in person, or whether it's on a Facebook page. It's all the same thing. When you hear people say, oh, she scammed me and she took me for this amount of money, yeah, there's always a deeper backstory to it. And the backstory quite often is that the guy has rushed into this relationship without really looking at the woman, just apart from her beauty. And he's believed because he wants to believe. He wants to believe that this young woman would find him attractive and would like him for who he is. And it's hard for him to see the reality that no, maybe she's there for other reasons. So she's playing at his ego and he's falling for it hook, line and sinker. So don't be one of those people. Take your time, get to know your Filipina, whether it's online through a dating site or whether it's in person. It's all the same. You've got to slow down and get to know who she is and what she's all about. And of course, if you're not sure about her and your gut feeling is tell you something about her that's not quite right, then don't be frightened to walk away. Anyway, guys, I hope that this video has given you a bit of food for thought and some information about finding the right Filipina for you. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share the video around with all your networks. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. Take care and bye for now.